The entire country, or at least the political world, is surprised that South Dakota is suddenly the most exciting Senate race. Are you as excited and as surprised as the rest of the political world is to find yourself in this position?
Well, I've been working for 2 years from 4:30 a.m. until late at night, and I'm going to be talking about issues to the people of South Dakota. I'm doing retail politics. I've only spent about $160,000 on the whole campaign. So it's truly amazing that with my competitors have between $6 and $9 million expenditures. So it's a grassroots campaign, and if it succeeds, it could start a precedent. I think we need to elect more independents to the Senate. It appears we'll have one coming from Kansas, maybe. We have 2 independents there now. That would be 4. Maybe that's enough for a small caucus. But we need to change the United States Senate. I want to be a powerful, independent voice for South Dakota. And in the new Senate, an independent can be very powerful because we'll probably have a closely divided Senate. And that means that if one has the ability to work with both sides. Also, I'll be bringing my seniority back to the Senate. And South Dakota needs that in terms of power to offset the Burlington Northern Railroad and some of the great corporations that are not serving our farmers and grain shippers well.
Senator, you've supported President Obama in the past. Let me ask you about the big topic, one of the big topics facing him now, which is dealing with ISIS. What's he doing right in terms of confronting ISIS, and what would you say he's doing wrong in confronting ISIS now?
Well, I also was co-host of a fundraiser for Mitt Romney and contributed $2,500 to Mitt Romney. So I'm not tied absolutely to Barack Obama. At the time, I felt it was the best vote, but I disagreed with him on many points. I think that we need to change our policy to a new policy of containment, where we use the Powell Doctrine to use our most lethal weapons to accomplish what we're trying to do, not ground troops. I'm a Vietnam combat veteran, and I feel that our time in Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan has been largely wasted.
So
we need to use...
Just in general, Senator, do you approve of the job the president's doing in confronting ISIS right now, or you disapprove of the job he's doing?
I disapprove because it's ill-defined. I'm against sending the weapons into Syria. I would support brief bombings, but also the use of anything we've got, drones or lethal weapons, to accomplish what our goals are. But we should not go into endless war. I feel the military-industrial state has got us in a state of endless war, and it just drags on and on. And I am opposed to getting involved in foreign civil wars. I'm not an isolationist. I would say my thinking is maybe more libertarian in that area. But we need to develop a new doctrine of containment of our enemies when we want to, but we should use our most lethal weapons quickly and get out. We cannot remain engaged. There is a professor at Boston University, Basevich, and I assigned his readings to my class. It's about endless war. Our military-industrial state has got us in endless war, and it's a state of mind that we just cannot resist. And I hope President Obama does not put boots on the ground in any form.
Senator, are there specific policies and areas on domestic affairs where you would not be a reliable supporter of President Obama?
Oh, many. I'm very much a deficit hawk. And I guess on Meet the Press, they said that they thought I would caucus with the Democrats. That's not necessarily true. I'm taking Senator Angus King's advice. I'm going to wait till I get there where I can get an agreement to have certain roll call votes. That's the caucus I will join. I feel that the Senate seldom votes on anything, but our deficit in particular is out of control. But that doesn't mean we're going to take from senior citizens and take from the poor, but it means that we have to both enhance revenues and do that by a 3% tax increase on on incomes of over $1 million a year.
Senator,
and I'm all for lots of. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. This is a four-way race, as we said. You and another independent. You've got a Democrat, Weiland, and former Governor Rounds. Handicap the race for us. Who's the favorite? How's it going to go?
I don't know. I've got very little money. I've said that I'm like a rabbit on a hill, and there are several men with big shotguns coming, because I only have about $300,000 in my whole campaign account, and $100,000 of that is a loan I got from a Sioux Falls bank.
So under that scenario, Governor Rounds is Elmer J. Fudd millionaire? You're the rabbit?
Well, no, but there are outside groups coming in attacking me. Yeah. The Republican National Committee attacked me when I yes, I'm under attack from the Republican National Committee, the Republican Senatorial Committee. I'm very surprised because I was a Republican congressman and senator. I was picked the Republican Senator of the Year in about 1991. So I'm very sad that they are doing that. But they are running negative ads, and then there's an independent PAC running negative ads about me, and the Democrats are running negative ads. So I'm opposed by the Republicans, the Democrats, and I've only got about I've got a total campaign budget of about $300,000, most of which is spent.